Hi everyone, Mr. Lockwood here. Just a quick video today. This one just showing the contents of a package I received from Noctis Motus very recently. When Noctis had contacted me and said that he was sending me something through, I wasn't expecting anything like this, so Noctis, thank you very much. If anyone hasn't checked out or come across Noctis Motus' channel, I recommend having a search and finding it. He's got some very interesting videos on there. He's a very good picker, and he's also good at making items as well, most of them from scratch. So if you're curious about another channel to check out, I highly recommend Noctis Motus. Anyway, let's get to this package contents. First up we have a kick cylinder. I'm not sure what all this stuff on the back is. I'm guessing it has something to do with a knob set or a lever set. But regardless of that, it's a 6-pin, only pinned up to 5. Didn't come with a key. I just filed one out. It'll be interesting for a pick and possibly making a challenge lock with. Another one which came without a key is this Witco C4 rim cylinder. It is a 5-pin plug. It doesn't have provision for a 6th, but 5-pin is quite common, if not the most common. One thing to note about this rim cylinder is it's all made from one piece, instead of the Lockwood style where the back section will be brass and they've got a plate which is pressed on over the top of it. This is all one piece, which I think is pretty neat. Gives it a little bit of a nicer finish. It's got that brushed or satin finish. And when I picked it, it had, I wouldn't say extreme bevels, but it does have slight bevels on the pins. I don't know whether that's stock Witco pinning, but yeah, it didn't really add a great deal to the picking difficulty. We have a €0.5. It's a Zi Ikon, being that the stamping or the branding is up this way. I'm guessing that it actually is from Europe, because they like to have their locks upside down. Only kidding. Nice bitting on the key. Low, high, low, high, low, high. Progressively higher as it gets closer to the front of the lock. Key works beautifully, and it's an interesting keyway. It's not massively restrictive, but you can see those sharp angles on the sides which would catch a pick if you're unwary. I also have another upside down lock, Zi Ikon, which basically has an almost inverted Yale style keyway. I say almost because you can't just push a Yale key up the back of it and have it fit, so it's not quite a mirror image. This one's a 5-pinner. 5-pin? Yeah, 5-pin. And the keyway is pretty restrictive. But the thing about both of these is the milling goes through the keyway for the pins to rest in. So if your pick can enter into the bottom part of this keyway and has enough lift, you can come up underneath through the holes in the warding. Same goes on this one. You can come up through the holes in the warding underneath and attack the pins from below if you have a pick which has enough lift on it. I'll save that one after this one. This one is a challenge lock which was given to Noctis by T&J's Lockpicking Nord. It's simply titled challenge lock. 5-pin. They've been deplugged, threaded, and have grub screws in. And this one on the side here is for the plug retention, or the core retention. The pawl, or locking pawls on this, aren't your traditional triangle I guess you'd call it triangle. It's instead of talking about it and giving the wrong name, we'll have a look at a Lockwood one. Maybe a more typical quarter circle or triangular cutout, and when you look in there you can see the leading edge is on a very distinct angle, which works fine for shackle insertion, but it also works fine for shimming. The difference on this Abus padlock, it's 8550. If we look at the cutouts, they're a lot squarer, has a long face rather than just two main angles. And if we look at the lockpicking, lock pull, you can see that it does have an angled leading face, but then the rest of the pawl comes out and rests inside the shackle, which I think would add shimming resistance. If you look on the top of the padlock too, T&J stamped it, which I think is quite a nice little touch. There's no mistaking who made it. It's a nice little identifier. We've got, I'll get this key off the ring. Got an Abus 8350, which Noctis milled and then cut to make a cutaway, and that is keyed in a BP, a binary plus B core. Works beautifully. And that was one which Noctis made himself. Thank you very much, mate. I wasn't expecting something like this in the package, and for that I'm very grateful. Excellent work, by the way, too. I've made one cutaway myself, and that was with hand files and a... what type of cylinder was it? It was a padlock cylinder from a Lockwood, actually. It takes the 570 plug. We have a large disc detainer lock with shackle guard or closed shackle, and if you see there, it has a Phillips screw. Once the lock has been opened, you can take the shackle off, because the shackle itself is completely removable, and then we can see down into it. You take that screw out and the shackle guard comes off, but there's no real purpose or reason to do that. Underneath it we have, you can see there's a steel, maybe steel, maybe zinc, I think it might be steel though, solid padlock. It's very much like the Abus weatherproof in that they don't worry about a cap over this hole that they've drilled through for ball bearing placement. But it's definitely an interesting padlock, and another kick in the ass for me to buy myself or make a disc detainer pick. Something that I have been wanting to get into, but just have not pulled my finger out. I better put that shackle back in. For what appears to be a cheaper padlock, it actually isn't put together too badly. If I can get the key in there properly, there we go. Nice thick shackle, solid body, weatherproofing, do the job just fine. As we all know, locks are more of a visual deterrent, they're not physical security, because these days you can get a battery operated grinder with a thin flap disc, a cut off disc, and cut your way through almost anything. Doesn't matter if it's boron, steel, carbide, anything. And last but not least, we have something which shocked the heck out of me when I saw the box and then When I contacted Noctis and he said that I could keep it, I was very, very pleasantly surprised. Got a Union. It's under the Asa Abloy brand, but it's a Union padlock with a removable core. It does have a Yale key, and the stamping or the printing on the key matches the padlock, so it is the one which the padlock came with. It's a mini Yale keyway, not sprung, but bore and shackle. Looking in there, it's not brass, it's been chrome coated, it looks like a solid steel padlock. Very, very nice addition to my collection. So thank you very much for that, Noctis. That just about wraps up this video. I really don't know what to say about all of this goodness. I've said it quite a few times already, but thank you. Thank you very much, Noctis. It's all greatly appreciated. And I'll definitely be picking some of these on camera. If I can get a disc detainer pick, I'll definitely have a crack at this guy on camera as well. Anyway, if you've made it this far, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.